Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, or evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. Last week, I talked to you all about knowing why you wanted what you wanted, getting back on track after getting off track, and why that was sometimes tricky for some people. Talked about knowing your why and really focusing in on that because that would help you to get where you wanted to go. This week, I'd like to talk a little bit about something called the path of least resistance. Um, and what I mean by that is and I learned this from an author named Robert Fritz. He's somebody that Take Shape for Life uses to train its top leaders in the company. And every year we go out to Sundance, Utah for an in-depth training with Robert Fritz. It's amazing. It really makes your brain hurt because he gives you a lot of information and really challenges the way that we think about a lot of things. And really also helps us to understand why we get in that oscillating pattern of back and forth, back and forth. We go after what we want and we get it, and then the pressure's off and we go back to where we started. And he also shares with us how to break free from that. And he's also one of Dr. Anderson's mentors, so he's very important to those of us that Take Shape for Life. I hope that by now you all it's backwards. Discover Your Optimal Health. Anyway, you can see the picture. Hopefully you've got the book by now. If you don't have it, I strongly recommend and suggest that you get it. It really will help you connect your heart with your head and get you going and going after what you want, why you started this program. So back to the path of least resistance. You ever notice that we tend to do things automatically? After we've driven a route a certain number of times, we can go on autopilot and we end up getting where we want to go anyway. Just because we've driven that road so many times, you don't really have to think about it anymore. A river, a stream, will always move in the direction that it's the easiest to go to, the one that takes the least amount of work. If you had a choice between bushwhacking through thigh-high brambles and building a new road, or driving on a road you've been on, a million times that's already nicely paved, you'd probably choose the one that's nicely paved. Well, when we start off on this journey to optimal health, we've got to build some new roads, and we do it up here. We make decisions that, yes, I want to weigh a certain amount. Yes, I want to be off of my medications. Yes, I want to be able to fit in a roller coaster. Or, yes, I want to be able to go horseback riding. Or yes, I want to be able to do a 100-mile bike ride. Whatever is driving you, whatever is motivating you, you're going to, the work comes in building the path to go to where we want to go, because it's different than the path that we're on. Most of us are on that path toward disease and poor health. So we want to change direction. And for some people, it's not even a big course correction. It maybe is only, a few degrees to the left or a few degrees to the right. For some people, it's a huge course correction, and it's whatever it is, doesn't matter. Easy, big or little, it's going to take some thought, and it's going to take some desire to get to where that new path is going to take you. Because there's going to be times where there's thorns and prickers and a mess that you have to work your way through to build that new road, to build that new path. And in the meantime, that other path, the one that we've been on so many times before, that's the easy one. That's the one where, when we've had a long day and it's stressful and we're tired and we just want to go home and put our feet up, and for some people have a bowl of ice cream or a glass of wine, whatever we used to do in the past when we were feeling that way. That's the path of least resistance, because that's the one that doesn't take any effort. The challenge comes in is building that new path. And that's really where the work comes in. And that's one of the reasons that what you're going after has to be powerful and has to be something that really excites you and gets you motivated. Otherwise, that path of least resistance, it may win time and time and time again. And that path is becoming even more entrenched. When I'm telling you, it only takes you about 30 days of working your way toward that new path, the one that's going to get you toward optimal health or better health. You don't have to go for optimal. You can just choose to improve your health. It's your journey. You can choose your destination. But every time you go down that path, the one that's not toward disease, but the one that's toward health, it becomes easier the next time. Have you ever noticed that first time when you're on program and you're out with a group of people and you go out to one of your favorite restaurants and the meal that you would have ordered before, well, it doesn't happen to be on program, right? Because it doesn't support health. When you decide, you know what, I'm going to have something different, I'm going to have something that supports the choices that I'm making, the next time you go to that same restaurant, isn't it easier? Isn't it easier to make that good choice? That's because you're clearing away that path for yourself. And then the next time after that, it becomes easier, and the next time after that, it's easier. When I first did the program, I love bread. So when I go out to a restaurant, that's what they bring you, right? To get ready for your meal, they stuff you full of bread. And that was very hard for me to say, please take that away. I didn't want to hurt the waitress's feelings or the waiter. You know what? What are they going to think of me? You know what? And now I've done it so many times. I just say, you know what? I hope you don't take this as a personal offense, but you can take the bread away. We don't need it. And they look, okay. They don't cry. They don't have a fit. They don't mark up my bill because I didn't take the bread. They don't care. They really don't care. It's another example. Oh, a day, we've got to get out there and exercise, right? Even if it's just walking on the days that you don't want to do it. In the past, I might have said, yeah, I would have found every excuse in the book. It's raining, or it's cold out, or I have a hangnail on my toe, or, gee, somebody might call me, or I don't know, the clothes in the dryer are going to be ready. I'll need to stay here and fold them. Stupid things. But every time I push through that and go ahead and do it anyway, it becomes much easier to go ahead and do it and get it done, even on the days that I don't want to do it, because I know it supports what I want. So, bottom line, the path of least resistance, I would suggest that might not be the path that you want to stay on. If it's one that's leading toward disease and poor health, then perhaps it's time to make that new choice. You have all the tools that you need with Take Shape for Life. So when you embrace that, and another thing that you can do is bring people with you. There's no fun clearing a path by yourself. So invite people to join you, whether they, want to do the Take Shape for Life program with you, and you can refer them to your health coach, or they want to do their own thing. But bring them with you. If you want to go out and walk 2 miles, bring a friend with you. If you want to go out to dinner and eat healthy, bring a friend with you and make it a challenge. Let's see who can find the healthiest meal on the menu. Whatever will help. But when you bring your work party with you, it makes it a lot more fun, and that path to health, if you've got a lot of people working there with you to clear that path, it's a lot easier to get through it, and it's wider, so more people can come with you. So share it. Share the gift of health with people that you know and love, and let's get on that path. And the path of least resistance, if it's not one leading to better health, let's make a new path. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day.